Now I was hoping to see a rod laying in the bottom of that pan. That would have made me feel better.
Right?
Would have gave me better closure. But anyway, here we have our super new motor. Look at that. Zoom in on that marine. So this is a tall deck 427. We had to order some adapters, and then it is going over here into the deep dark holes of this truck. We got to get some motor mounts, a new flex plate, and yeah, get some things upgraded before it goes back in.
So what we're doing now, resealed the oil pan, we got a new crank seal, made a little adapter here to get to the oil pressure sending unit is on there. We're waiting on parts, so on a tall deck, you have to get these spacers that go right here and here before you can put on a different intake. Basically an intake off of a 454. Otherwise, it just won't fit. And so we're waiting on parts on that. We got to do some modifications. So the motor mounts there seem to only have 2 bolts on each side, which isn't really ideal. There should be more. So we got to figure out what's going on there. They might be the wrong motor mounts or something. I guess we'll figure it out and take it as it comes.
But yeah, so that's going back together. Like I said, we've got.
So my thought is maybe punch a new hole through somewhere where it lands on metal. Bolt it up. Life goes on.
I like it. If we can get the motor in this thing,
okay,
that would be phenomenal.
All right.
Phenomenal.
Hey, very important package.
Parts delivery.
Drive shaft. Yo.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Probably this right here. Awesome.
What do we got going on, Sean?
Putting the flywheel on. It's the wrong way. Don't put it on that way.
See, this has been modified. Somebody had to reinforce this at one point because it probably jumped out of there. Okay, hang on to your butts.
Whoa, bro.
That's more like it. Not quite, huh? Ooh, there you are. Yeah.
Okay, hold that. We are together. What's all that noise breaking over here? It's the spark plugs.
Oh.
That's what was shooting out, or these breaking. Kabam! So, we have the new motor in this, and we're trying to get everything ready for Rocky Mountain Off-Road Expo this weekend in Grand Junction, Colorado. Trying to get this knocked out today, because everything's got to go on a trailer tonight so I can leave first thing in the morning. Okay, got the distributor in. We've got our ignition control box wired up. We turned the pump on and fuel came into the filter. Mike, fingers crossed. Now. Give her a shot of gas. Good. That doesn't seem right. Nothing ever goes that smooth.
It's alive!
Okay. How we doing, Mike?
We're doing good. We're getting in some more of the bell housing bolts.
Sweet.
Just coming together.
So we got the new flywheel on there.
The new flywheel.
The one that won't make it rattle at higher RPMs. And then we got this cool thing that I picked up from a friend at the expo or at the swap meet this weekend. This is a Clune V underdrive. It's a doubler box. So we may be going a different route than the 203, 205 doubler, because the 203, 205 doubler is still only 4-to-1. This one, that doubler is a 272. So then if we did a 205 behind it, we'd be 272 and 196-to-1, which would be lower and lower. Which I like going lower in this because this one's an automatic. We got the fuel injection. I don't know if we're gonna get the fuel injection on this little trip, but we do need to cut an access hole in the floor, cut a hole in right here, and set the winch through the floor. The rear winch is gonna go through the floor, and then the line is gonna come through here and come out right here. We'll see how that plan executes. Look at this, look at this. I spoiled myself right here.
Right on the side.
Oh, we have done some upgrades. We've got the rear lower winch in, so it comes out down here. I used Yankum's new mount because it puts the rope like completely flush. So if I have a vehicle swinging off the back here and it slams in here, it does not damage my winch rope at all. Tucks up nice and neat. She's almost ready. We're trying to patch the leak in the radiator. We have the fuel injection over here laying on the ground. We haven't quite got that in yet. We've got a hose that runs in right here for the heater, and that messed up, so Sean's down trying to get some new solder for it, so if we can get that figured out, because I'm a heck of a welder and I'm a horrible brazier. New motor is in, 427 tall deck. We got everything dialed in on that. We got the new MSD control box.
She's a thing of beauty.
Sure hope so. Excited to drive it.
How does it sound?
Sounds good. Here.
Let's hear it.
Well, no, we better not do that. That hose isn't hooked up. Sean might not appreciate that. Yeah, he's bringing some sealant. We're gonna try and seal that. But here's what happened. The reason the motor was shaking was because any big block, which this one is, this is the motor out of this truck. Any big block is externally balanced, has this weight on here. Apparently not every big block. The 396 and the 427 is internally balanced like a small block, so it doesn't have that weight. So things got shaky. Any moron would know. Well, this moron didn't know. But now I do.
Oh, it's supposed to wash my hands. Oops, so it's free of dirt, oil, and grease.
No, because we're putting it on dirt, oil, and grease, so we need it to be mixed in there and so that it's all one.
Did you use alcohol wipe?
I licked it. Okay, this is probably the best radiator repair I've ever done in my life. I mean, come on, look at that. Would you just look at it? Don't judge me.
It doesn't show you washing your hands, but you're supposed to wash your hands.
Well, if it didn't have a picture of us washing our hands, how are we supposed to know? mean, other than the normal, it's carbureted.
Yeah.
Like actually. Yeah, that thing will get it.
Sweet.
So here we are with the new wrecker. This has been a build in progress. We haven't done nearly enough videoing of as we're putting it together. We're working on that. We did finally get the new motor in. We've got some footage of putting that in and some of the hassles that we went through getting that done because it was a nightmare. It is a big block. This is a 427 tall deck marine motor out of a fire truck. Of course, we lost the footage of getting the fire truck, but whatever. Anyway, GoPro life. We got our MSD control box. We're running a non-HEI distributor, so we've gone through, changed all of that basically. We have right here our new fuel injection. This is the exact same fuel injection that I run on the wrecker. It's simple and easy. This has never let me down. I love this system. This is not a paid sponsorship. The sponsorship up until now has been me. I don't take parts because people give them to me. I use parts if they work. So we do have the winch on here. This winch has been here, there, and everywhere. This one's getting traded out. A buddy of mine has an 8274 that I'm going to trade him to put on here. It's the great big tall old school winch and I love them. And I want to run it on here to get the look. Dual batteries under the hood. This is going to be rigged up completely different than Trailmator. Just because what it's going to be doing will be very different from Trailmator. I haven't really changed anything inside. This is all as is. Everybody will notice the good old Harbor Freight winch that I've got right down there. There's nothing wrong with the Harbor Freight winches. They do work good. I like cost efficient. We cut the hole in the bed and we sunk the winch down in the floor for multiple reasons. I needed it to clear the pole, I wanted it packaged a little better, and I wanted it to run under the bed to come out the rear here. If I mounted it up in the bed, I would have had to done a pulley and run it down. So anyway, we did get the receiver hitch tied into the frame. We are going to do a step out here because I'm not that flexible anymore and I can't climb into it super easy. I'm gonna do some rock slider steps on the side here that would tie into the frame. Give me something to step on here, stuff like that, and of course keep the body from getting dented. I don't mind the faded paint, but I don't want to wrinkle it up. That's what the other truck's for. We got the exhaust done. Fires up amazing. This 427's got plenty of power. It's still vapor locking, and I think it has to do with underneath where the fuel lines run across the exhaust. Exhaust heat rises, cooks your fuel lines, vapor lock. I'm leaving the factory tanks in. They do kind of hang down low, but we're hoping our steps are going to cover that when we build those. And it's not going to be a super off-road vehicle, so we should be fine. But at the moment, we have 40-gallon fuel capacity on it, which I believe will be perfect for everything. Trailmator's only running 20. We are stealing the mirrors off of the fire truck. We're gonna steal a lot of things like the door surrounds. The fire truck has awesome door surrounds. I actually think we're gonna pull the steering column out of the fire truck and probably put in Trailmator. Trailmator steering column's having issues with the ignition and it's a pain to start. Basically gonna use the fire truck to steal a bunch of parts off of and make both of these trucks run a little better and work a little better.
What kind of jobs will this have its place for versus what Trailmator does?
This is going to be geared more towards the dirt roads, Gemini bridges, stuff like that, where you go out and get the rig and then you can sling it and carry it back to town if necessary. Not having to take the Dodge and the Gooseneck and Trailmator all loaded up to go run over across town to Cliffhanger and get a rig and carry it back. We went out to get one the other day out by Floyd, where I almost got my Dodge stuck. That video's coming. Bad things ensued. Whereas this would be way more capable to do that stuff. That's what I'm going for. This is an addition to the fleet, but for the easier stuff. Biggest difference between this and Trailmator is this does have the traditional hard bar setup. So this is a traditional setup. You pick it up like that, you pull the bumper into it, then you hook these axle hooks in, hook to the axle, hook to here, hook to this.
What does this do that the ropes on Trailmator can't do?
You have a vehicle bumper sitting right here and you've picked that up. It is now a set distance away from you. This kind of ties into a little something that I've been wanting to address. A lot of people say, you know, that they've been towing for 20, 30 years and, you know, this is the setup you want to use or this and that or whatever and however. Yes, I understand that. I have zero towing experience. My background is I've been a four-wheel drive enthusiast forever. I've always, ever since I was old enough to drive, I've always been off-road. That's all I know. I'm not a traditional tow company. I'm an off-road recovery company. I go out and I get vehicles and I carry them off of places that nobody else will go. All right, so there's all the upgrades and the stuff so far on the new truck and an overview and an explanation of what we're gonna do with it. We'll try and get more videos as we progress and everything, and as we get the fuel injection on, welder, all that stuff. This truck will probably be going as a spectator to the Tow Truck Olympics, but will not be competing because the winter is already outside and there's no reason to improve. So keep watching and we'll let you know how it goes. So we did an amazing outro video.
Awesome.
Like 5 minutes of just us being morons and we time-lapsed the whole thing.
The whole thing.
So maybe Justin can show that in like our screw up of attempting to do this. So
That's
we're gonna
fun.
do this now.
All right.
All right, you guys ready? We're ready. So we've got Justin over here, the new guy,
That guy.
crushing it. We've got Sean, old Chief Too Short. Mike is still Mike.
Hi.
Mike's from Wisconsin. He likes
Yeah,
cheese.
Wisconsin Mike. Ooh.
Wisconsin Mike.
Wisconsin Mike.
That's
There
his
we
name.
go. I like that.
Ooh. All right, let us know what you think.
Email him.
Email him.
Specifically.
WisconsinMike.com. All right. Anyway, here we go. Thanks for watching.